It's that time of year again. The NBA regular season is finished, and it's time to get into the playoffs. Some stories that we have to look at is, could LeBron in his 21st season win his fifth ring and surely make his mark on even further up that GOAT debate? Could the OKC Thunder become the youngest team in NBA history to win the championship? Or could Nikola Jokic and the Nuggets go back-to-back? These are all very good storylines, but before we get into the playoffs, let's look at the standings and who will be playing in the play-in or who has already secured a playoff spot for 2024. Here's the East bracket. The Celtics are definitely the cream of the crop in the East. The Knicks were able to beat the Bucks for that second seed, so they could get home court advantage in the second round, which will be big. Obviously, the Cavs and the Magic to do business in the first round, an exciting series. And the Pacers and Sixers all with 47 games. And then the Heat are there too. But then it starts to drop off with the Bulls and Hawks, which I don't really see them doing much in terms of doing really well. The Hawks only 36 wins, 10 less than the Warriors, who are the 10th seed in the West. So, yeah, time for the West bracket. Here's the West, probably the better conference in my opinion. It was a race for that first seed all season long, but the Thunder bet off the Timberwolves and the Nuggets. The Timberwolves a bit stiff, I think, having to fall to that third seed after winning 56 games. It's definitely a more competitive conference than, let's say, the East, where I just feel like the Celtics will probably be dominant. And as we go down, the Clippers and Mavs both get 50 wins on the season. So all 5 seeds get 50 wins. That's pretty good. Then the Suns, 49. Pelicans have to go to the play-in with 49 wins. The Lakers with 47. The Kings with 46. And the Warriors with 46 as well will go to Sacramento. But this is a big thing. Only 11 games separate first from 10. I was in the East. It's 30. It's 28 or something. So this West Conference, I feel like all 10 teams have a legitimate reason to try and win that conference. It's going to be a good race, and I'm definitely more excited about this than, let's say, the East. So, yeah. It all starts with the play-in tournament win to get into the playoffs, and there's some big faces in here. Obviously, Jimmy Butler, who's going to turn it on. Joel Embiid back from that long injury. LeBron James in his 21st season, and Steph Curry, all familiar faces to do battle in this play-in tournament. We have to look at the games, though. So, down west, the Pelicans versus Lakers in New Orleans. The Lakers have had their number all year, so I don't see why the Lakers can't win another game. So I'm going to say they win that. And then between the Warriors and the Kings, I feel like Steph Curry will go crazy and try and lead his team, but I think they'll just fall a tiny bit short of this good, deep Kings roster. So I think the Kings will win in a tight one, but Steph Curry will definitely go out fighting, and that will leave the Warriors and the Kings and the Pelicans in New Orleans. I think Zion will have a good game, and the Pelicans, I swear, if they go out in double losses, it won't be good. Double losses, sorry. So I think I'm going to back Zion and the Pelicans. Brendan Ingram's back, so if they lose, though, I won't be surprised. And down east, I think I know who the Sixers and the Miami. I really think it's a battle for who's going to be 7th and who's going to be 8th. But because it's so tight, who knows, the Hawks and Bulls could do something, but I reckon Sixers will win against the Miami Heat, and then I reckon the Hawks will get it done against the Bulls, and then the Heat will dominate the Hawks. So that's my play-in tournament. So the Lakers as the 7th seed, Pelicans 8th seed, Sixers 7th seed, and Heat 8th seed in those play-in games. It's time for the playoffs. So I'm going to be looking at this bracket and determining who will move on and how many games there will be. So stick around. This is going to be a long time, but there's some really good teams in here. Some really competitive series to definitely play. So let's get into it. So obviously I couldn't find a bracket where it would let me play it. So I just have to use this one and remember the teams. We still have these spots with the plane. So I know the Lakers go on the 7th. So I know the seeds. So I'm just going to try my best to remember. If I make a mistake, I'm sorry, but just have to try my best. So we have obviously the Thunder and the Pelicans in the first. I think Pelicans will give the Thunder a bit of a shock because I think the Thunder will be a bit thunderstruck. Okay, I'm sorry for that. But I think they'll maybe snatch a couple games in the first 3. It'll be 2-1 Pelicans, and then the Thunder will remember why they came and they'll win in 6. So the Clippers and the Mavs, this is going to be a real good series. I feel like it's going to go down to 7 games. I feel like the Clippers and the Mavs are going to be trading blows, but I just can't go past Luka, who should be the MVP. So there we go. The Mavs in 7. Then the Timberwolves and the Suns, another exciting series. I feel like Devin Booker will turn it on, and this series will go to 7, and I'm going to take the Suns in an upset series, or don't know how big of an upset it will be, but the Timberwolves will be right there with them. And the Nuggets and the Lakers, this is going to be interesting, but I feel like Jokic will be able to go down with LeBron. And I don't think LeBron will be getting much further in the through the series, but with AD as well, I think they'll put up a fight and they'll go down 7. So LeBron ain't getting a ring in his 21st season. Despite me going for the Lakers, I just can't go past Jokic at this point. So that's the first round complete in the West. I'm going to go down to the East. So 8 seed, Heat, Celtics. I feel like the Heat are going to give the Celtics a fight. I think this is going to be the hardest series that the Celtics will have all year. And I feel like the Celtics will drop a couple early, but I think they'll be able to win in 6. But wouldn't surprise me if it goes to 7 or if the Heat take it. But I just think the Celtics have been so dominant so far. So why drop it in maybe not the best conference? Then we have the Cavs and the Magic. This is going to be an interesting series. But I think the Cavs with Donovan Mitchell and that deep lineup will be able to take over the Magic in 6. Paolo will play well, but just a Magic team that hasn't experienced much playoffs probably won't be able to get the job done. So I'm going to say Cavs in 6. Bucks and Pacers. I feel like the Pacers, Halliburton, put up a good fight, but I think the Bucks will be too good. But there is some ifs about it. Giannis will dominate. I'm going to go Bucks in 7 and Knicks and 6s. Embiid to come back. I want to go with the Knicks, but I feel like if Embiid's healthy, and I'm going to go 6s and 7 in an upset. I'm calling that an upset. Then we have down west for the second round with the Thunder and the Mavs. That'll be a good series. I'm going to go Luke is going to get the job done in 7. I can't go past Luka. And the Thunder, I just feel like they're too young. They've done well in the regular season, but I just think they don't know. They'll be a bit shy in the playoffs. They don't know what it's like. Whereas Luke has been there, 3, 4, even 5 times. He's been there a lot, and Luke is Luka. That's what I'm going to say. He carries any team. So next we have the Suns and the Nuggets. I'm gonna go Nuggets in 6. They're gonna get the job done. So that means in the conference finals, Nuggets Mavs. That's gonna be exciting. I'll go over that in just a second. So we're up to Celtics and Cavs. I feel like the Celtics gonna breeze through this Cavs team, but I think they'll drop a game. So I'm gonna go Celtics in 5. So now the Bucks and the Sixers. I think the Bucks will be a bit strong against the Sixers. I'm gonna go Bucks in 7. I think the Sixers will put up a good fight as well with some good plays. Tyrese Maxey will have a good series. So now into the conference finals. So we have the Mavs and the Nuggets down west, and then the Celtics and the Bucks down east. All teams that wouldn't surprise anyone really if they made the conference finals. So I'm going to go with the West. Mavs, Nuggets. I think Luka's Luka, but sometimes you can't get past really good teams. So I'm going to go Nuggets to win in 7 games. So the Mavs will have a lot of tight series, but their glorious one led by Luka will come to an end in the conference finals. So next, in the East, we have Celtics and Bucks. I don't think the Celtics will worry that much, but obviously Giannis is Giannis. So I'm going to go Celtics to win in 6 over the Bucks. So that leaves the Nuggets and the Celtics in the playoffs. And I don't know, for the Celtics, Kristaps Porzingis for guarding Jokic. I wonder how that's going to go. So I feel like Game 1 in Boston will take it. Game 2 in Boston, I feel like Jokic will step up, have like a 30-point triple-double, like a 40-point game, something crazy. Jamal Murray will play well. And then going down to Denver, I feel like Denver will take a game in their home court. But I think then heading into Game 4, the Celtics will fight back. We'll have a 2-2 series heading back to Boston. I feel like Boston at home will get another win, 3-2. But then Denver will just have to win a game, send this to a Game 7. And I'm going to go Jokic to dominate. Nuggets go back-to-back, and the Celtics, after a really good season, fall 1 game short, and that championship is still eluding Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown after 2 finals losses in 3 years. So, thank you. Long video, but yeah, I'll just have to see how much of my predictions are right. Thanks for watching.